Please like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and please press the bell icon so that you get to know when my latest video has come. And to learn more and to find a video relevant to you, please do check out my videos list.
Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends. From your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel, Astro Assurance. Wouldn't be a great thing for us to know before any misfortune comes onto us that it is coming onto us, and so that we can be better prepared and even avoid it. And similarly, many times in our life, certain situations, if we get to know, they may arise later. It's always best that if we get to know earlier. Addictions is one thing which, if we get to know too late, once we are already addicted, then it becomes very, very difficult for us to get out of it. And many people feel that there is no way I can get addicted. I am a very responsible person. I know I have self-discipline. However, every addict, before they get into that, always think this. And by the time they get into addiction, it becomes too late. So if we also know that we have some probability to get addicted, or our children can get addicted, then it's always better to know that there is a probability and we can be safe from it. No harm done. So what are the signs in the horoscope which may tend to take you towards addiction of different kinds? And there are no guarantees. I have seen that generally 7 to 8 horoscopes which show very, very strong afflictions tend to show somewhere that the person slips into addiction to a less extent or a large extent. But there will be always 2 or 3 horoscopes, in spite of showing very strong afflictions, for some reason they escape that addiction. They may be slightly more disciplined than the others, and they may not slip into it. So there are no guarantees. However, if any horoscope shows very, very strong signs of affliction, these people will tend to move towards addiction surely, and there will be definitely high indulgence, if not actual addiction. And high indulgence also, even if not turning into an addiction, can still bring you challenges of finances, challenges of emotions, challenges in relations, challenges in your job, in your career, challenges also in your self-respect and your standing in society. So how do we, through a quick and easy way, ascertain that if there are chances that one can become an addict or move towards that at any stage of life, and also in our loved ones? Now normally what I have seen is that addiction generally I have seen in 3 phases of life. Either I have seen addiction happens in the teenage years, between 14-15 years to 20-21 years, 1 or 2 years on the other side of 19 of the teenagers. So till 21 also I have seen that in those formative years one can get addicted because of keeping the wrong company, or moving around with people who are addicts themselves, or have high indulgence themselves, or sometimes just to test out certain things, and having this sense of adventurism. And those years where we are more curious, we are very inquisitive about various kinds of foods, various kinds of substances. We are also very curious about our bodies, so we may indulge. Second phase that I've seen is the late 20s and early 30s, when somebody may not have yet settled down into a family life, having responsibilities, but has maybe quite a stable job and has enough earning, and slowly indulges a little bit and then slightly more, and then it gets into a high indulgence and eventually turns into an addiction without any warning. And then it becomes too late. Many times others have to tell you that it looks like you have, say for example, an alcohol addiction. And then the last, and normally the more common areas or common time or common period where somebody may indulge in addiction is during the early 40s, where the person between say 40-41 to even 40-45-50 years, 40-45-46 years, where somebody, because of having settled life and having maybe a lot of resources and has time on his hand and is well settled, has made a lot of money, and may not have those responsibilities anymore because he has enough resources. and then because of the company that they keep, or they are traveling a lot, they are not able to give too much time to family is not able to exert their influence on such a person, then this person may also indulge in various activities. Now this always coincides with some tough dasha and a transit. And so when you're looking into a horoscope and you know that a certain dasha is also upon you, a certain transit is also upon you, maybe activating a dosha, then also the chances that somebody may indulge in addiction may be high. So what are these signs that we can see through a quick and easy analysis that somebody may fall into addiction or get into high indulgence? Firstly, we know that 3 or 4 planets are the main culprit for addiction. Rahu and Ketu are definitely the ones who induce one into addiction for different reasons. Therefore, for example, Rahu is about a hunger, a desire, a greed to know, to be inquisitive, to be curious about something, and being blindfolded and rushing into getting something. It could be property, it could be money, it could be addictions, it could be anything. Ketu on the other hand is about not caring so much. So if Ketu is in the Lagna, the person doesn't care so much about his or her health or even his or her self-worth, for example. Ketu in the 6th house doesn't care so much about what they eat and how they eat. So Rahu and Ketu, but for different reasons, may cause a person to indulge. Then if Sun is strongly afflicted, then the sense of self-worth of the person may also be very reduced, because the sense of pride may not be there, the sense that of prestige may not be there, and the sense of respect may not be there. Saturn on the other hand is a planet of discipline. If Saturn is strongly afflicted, then the discipline goes out of one's life, and a person, because of sheer indiscipline and not knowing where to stop, may indulge because of other afflictions, other influences, which along with Saturn force him into that corner. And then Mars. If Mars is strong or even afflicted and under the influence of other afflictions, for example a strong Mars but with Rahu, say for example in the 5th house, the 5th house is the house of gambling and risk taking, then such a person, because Rahu is blindsiding the person, and this is the strong Angakaraka dosha also, may indulge maybe in gambling or investments or taking substances also. So 5th house is about what you like to do, what your interests are, what you love to do. So if you develop a certain love or affection or interest or curiosity towards one thing, then the person may indulge. Rahu with Jupiter is another combination because of the strong Guru Chandal dosha, that Jupiter's wisdom is afflicted and the person is not able to take wise decisions. And here, for example, in the 5th house, Rahu and Jupiter in the 5th house will let you to go into some habit. For example, gaming. Many youngsters, if they have Rahu and Jupiter together in the 5th house, they may indulge into excessive gaming, so they may not be able to get the attention of games. So whatever they play, PUBG they play or any other game they play, they may not be able to take their attention or focus of that addiction. So 5th house can be gambling, 5th house can also be gaming, excessive, getting into any habit excessively, because of which, even if it is not too destructive, like playing games may not be too destructive, at least on the first instance that we see, we may think, okay, the person is playing a lot of games. However, the person may overindulge and not be able to focus his time, energy and effort in some other constructive thing, and because of which overindulgence in some game and giving too much time, not able to do anything concrete, which eventually leads to the person's downfall. This is also important because the 5th house is also the house of primary education or education till your high school. So a Guru Chandal dosha or a Angakaraka dosha with Rahu and Mars in the 5th house is a challenge. But the biggest culprit is the 8th house and then the 12th house. The 8th house is about secretive things, and in general any secretive things. So being secretive about relationship, being secretive about maybe drug abuse or alcohol or smoking or anything which one has to keep a secret, is the 8th house. and then connected to Scorpio sign. If Scorpio sign is strongly afflicted, whichever house may be there, then in the direction of that house, the addiction may be high. Say for example, Scorpio sign in the 5th house is afflicted. The 5th house is afflicted by one or two bad aspects, Rahu or Ketu getting involved, and say afflicted Venus also in Scorpio in the 5th house, or even Moon which gets debilitated. Here the person may not be able to have a control on his or her craving, may gamble a lot, gamble with his life, gamble with his reputation, gamble with his health. And 8th house is also a place where the person may keep those things secret, and that's why many times the help may come too late for this person. If the Lagna is also strongly afflicted, then the sense of self-worth overall is very less for the person. And a weak Lagna means the person is sometimes, many times, clueless, directionless, purposeless, and because the sense of strong self-worth is not there, then there is a challenge. So hence, both Sun afflicted and Lagna afflicted with an afflicted 8th house is a very strong sign that the person may indulge. And Venus is the superkaraka of somebody who may indulge without thinking. Venus can lead you to over alcoholism. Venus can lead you to taking too much food. Venus can also lead you to get into any addiction which may not be directly related to substance or drugs or alcohol or even food, but can be the person has enough resources, so the person wants to buy one thing, one craving is very high. For example, somebody may buy a lot of shoes, and they have so many shoes they may not even know when to use them, but they just want to collect. The craving is very high. They get into any store, they come out with 2 or 3 dresses. So I know people who say that they don't have many clothes, but when you go to their house, they have wardrobes filled with clothes, but they always complain that I don't have clothes. And even when they deep down know that they have this addiction, they will not tell you, they will not accept, and that is another challenge, not being able to accept that this is the challenge in me and not being able to overcome it. So a strong afflicted 8th house and a strong afflicted Venus and any afflicted 2nd, 6th, 8th or 12th house will lead very strongly into any addiction. 2nd house can lead you to excessive food, because 2nd house is also the house of food and rich foods that the person may take in. 6th house also denotes intestines and your stomach area, so the person may indulge in a lot of food. Especially if Jupiter is afflicted, then the craving for sugar may be very high along with Venus's affliction. 8th house can be connected to keeping things secret, so somebody may deal or get into pornography, somebody may deal into going and visiting even brothels, or somebody may have drug abuse, somebody may have overindulgence in alcohol, or maybe also overindulgence in smoking with a badly afflicted 8th house. A badly afflicted 12th house can lead somebody to overspend money, because 12th house is the house of waste and excess. So the person overspends on anything, maybe generally either secretive bed pleasures. So the chances of a badly afflicted 12th house and a badly afflicted 8th house both will give a very strong affliction towards indulgence in sexual acts, secretive sexual act and immoral sexual act. A strong Jupiter can also sometimes make a person feel that I am too wise and I know everything and I can't go out of control. However, if Jupiter doesn't get connected either by placement or aspecting the 2nd house, the 6th house or the 8th house, then too the person may be in the feeling that I am under control, may not be. For example, if Jupiter is in the Lagna, it's a very strong Jupiter, but Jupiter is now aspecting the 5th house, the 7th house and the 9th house. But if Jupiter is in the 2nd house, then Jupiter is taking control of the 2nd house, aspecting the 6th house as well as aspecting the 8th house, and then it becomes easier for the person not to indulge if Jupiter is there. However, it should not be in an inimical sign, it should be in a friendly sign or own sign. So in a nutshell, any of these planets, Rahu or Ketu or Mars or Saturn or Sun or Mercury or Venus, can lead to addiction because of the reasons which are given, either of self-worth or having over exuberance with Mars and Rahu, or not having discipline because of Saturn's affliction connected to the 6th house or 8th house, or Venus being afflicted in the 6th or the 8th house, leading to getting into those habits, which could be substance abuse, which could be alcohol, which could be pornography, which could be visiting brothels, or indulging overindulgence in sex, can all lead to strong addiction. The challenge with Mercury is that Mercury cannot give you a sense of being practical and logical decision making. So if Mercury is weak, then the person, because of not being able to make the right choices, may also indulge into these acts. And Mercury is also a planet which denotes youth or having less maturity. So strongly afflicted Mercury, especially if Mercury is placed with Rahu and any other afflicted or any other malefic planet, for example, not afflicted but malefic planet like a Mars, or a Sun gets involved, especially Mars gets involved with Mercury, then there may be a strong chance of affliction if Rahu is also in the mix. So for example, if Rahu, Mars and Mercury all three placed in the 8th house, then the person's sense of choice, making the right choices, may also go down, making logical choices may go down, and the person may not be able to take the choices and may overindulge. And so here the Mercury getting afflicted is also placement of in early youth the person getting into addiction rather than later. With Saturn getting strongly afflicted, the person can get into addiction maybe later on in the late 20s or maybe the early 40s. But both Mercury and Venus getting afflicted along with Mars and Rahu, very, very strong sign that the person's addiction may be earlier than later in life. So friends, these are some of the areas. Check affliction of the 2nd house for food or overindulgence of any sort of rich foods or diet, anything leading to diet which the person is not able to control is the 2nd house. Anything leading to the 6th house where the person is taking something in the intestines, whether it is food or alcohol, is the 6th house. 8th house is in general anything and everything. It could be alcohol, it could be food, it could be substance abuse, drugs, or it could also be pornography, it could also be indulging in any other immoral act, or even smoking. 5th house is about gambling, taking risks and overindulging in something and not being able to control it. 12th house is about secretive blood pressures and waste, overspending on anything and not being able to control it and wasting your resources is the 12th house. And any affliction, any two planets strongly afflicted in any of these houses will trigger those houses and lead you to overindulgence in those. So friends, look into your own horoscopes and understand if you have such tendencies which may slowly lead you to that direction, and without being aware you get sucked into addiction. Look into the horoscopes of your own children or young ones in your family so that you know which the tendency or the potential is there, so that you can control it in advance and be able to guide them in those formative years so that they understand. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below. Until some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.